Welcome to the Wild Type Podcast. I'm Lyssa Lizards.
I'm Neptune and Chameleon.
And we're your reptile girlies.
Happy 2026.
Happy 2026. Our intro just felt really weird after a month. It always feels weird.
Even though for you, it's only been a week.
It's only been a week, but for us, it has been a month since we have sat in these chairs, which is kind of like the longest we ever go.
Yeah.
But I have something to tell you. I had a panic attack on Christmas Day.
She hasn't told me this yet.
Actually, wait, was it Christmas Eve? I think it was Christmas Eve.
It's hard with the time.
I don't remember.
No sense of time.
This time of year, the days just all roll together. But Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, I can't remember. It was Christmas morning. I know it was. Christmas morning.
Okay.
I go upstairs to the reptile room.
Set the scene.
And mind you, I was like at my parents' the whole day, Christmas Eve, like all that stuff. Like, I don't think at this point I've like fully checked on the reptile room in maybe like a day and a half to 2 days because of the holidays, right?
Yeah.
And like everybody's taken care of, obviously. But like, that was just my kind of like buffer time with the holidays. So Christmas morning, after we like open our presents and stuff, I like go upstairs to go like take care of everybody. And so I went up there, and the first thing that I noticed was that Nessie's enclosure was wide open. And because it had been like 2 days, basically, like 2 full days since I've like had eyes on her.
Yeah.
I immediately panic because I'm like, she's somewhere. She's somewhere.
Wait, but she has a top.
Yep, but there's a stick going right up to the top corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's fine. Because like she wouldn't be able to climb it.
Nope.
Now I'm concerned.
Nope. Yeah, I was real
I was like,
concerned.
oh, okay, but like
And
no.
the worst part of it is the top of her enclosure. So like the stick that goes up to the top, if it had been pointed in the other direction, it like would not have been a problem. But it was pointed in the corner that was open. So I immediately panic, and I like yell down to Logan, and I was like, I think Nessie's out.
Well, she's little too,
and
so she's
so
like,
tiny.
She would have a lot of hiding spots.
She could have hid under the couch, which could have easily squished her if I had like,
Was the
picked it
door
up wrong.
closed to the reptile room?
Probably not.
Yeah, because you guys weren't home.
And also, mind you, the gap under that door is huge. She could have gotten right out. Like, I immediately was like, it's been 2-ish days. I have no idea where this lizard is.
Okay, I already know you either found her or she was still in her enclosure because I did not get a panicked.
She's a good girl, and she was still in her enclosure.
Because I would have found out a lot sooner than now.
100% you would have.
if the outcome
You would have gotten a panicked Christmas morning phone call. Absolutely.
Because I'm like, we talked on Christmas, and you didn't even bring this up then.
Nope. Because she is a good girl, and she stayed in her favorite hide. And of course, it was the third hide that I picked up. So I was like no. Okay. But I had already screamed. But I had already screamed down to Logan. Yes, Nessie's gone. And he like came running up. And as soon as by the time he got up there, I found her, and she was fine.
Poor Logan. He's like, my heart rate did not need to be that high. And Nessie is one of his favorites.
He loves Nessie. Nessie was the first. For just a reminder for anyone, Nessie was the first. I think the first reptile that I bought that Logan was there. Yeah. Like he witnessed me fall in love. He fell in love too. He witnessed the transaction. So like he has a big soft spot for Nessie.
I feel like my boyfriend and Triton are similar because he was there when Triton hatched and has literally watched him from a 1 day old to like where he is now, you know? So like he was just over yesterday and he was like leaving. He's like, whoa, I gotta go check on Triton, you know? So he like walked over and like.
You never forget your first reptile.
Yeah.
You never do.
So I feel like that's his version of like Logan's
100%.
Nessie.
Especially the fact that like it's the first chameleon you bred and hatched. Like, I mean, that's like a whole other level. That's
because the other critters like were already there.
Right.
You know?
Right. And that's how Logan is. He's like, I like the other ones. And like, I think Tarzan was the first that was like, he was kind of like he was asked if it was going to be a concern.
He was included.
He was included in the decision, but he wasn't a contributor to the decision. If that
he
makes
wasn't
sense.
A voting member, a voting party.
No, he didn't get a voting say, but I like wanted his opinion.
Yeah,
you know
how there's like board members,
yes.
but then some of them are like voting board members. He was at the table.
He had a seat. He had a seat at the table.
He had no influence.
No.
So he would have been like, no, I'm not interested.
Well, and if I'm being so honest, when I asked him, what would you think about it if I caught a yellow anaconda? It was a test.
Well, as I'm saying, if he had said, like, I'm not cool with it, like...
I would have still gotten it and probably wouldn't have taken him along for the ride.
Right. Probably wouldn't be a Logan anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm glad Nessie is.
Yes, she's safe and sound. She's a precious angel sweetie pie who did not even leave her spot.
That does get the blood pumping, though.
I was freaking out.
Feel free to check out our episode we've done of, like, missing reptiles.
Yes, because that's real.
We also mentioned previously in our December episodes how we were filming in advance, and what that would mean is that we would have Christmas nails in January, and that's
one of us does.
You have winter nails though. You didn't really do Christmas
I didn't do full
nails.
Christmas, so I did wintry, and they're still wintry because
we talked about those in December.
Yes, so they're still wintry, but they're very long and very grown out, and it's now time for me to get birthday nails.
Birthday nails. So I have Christmas nails.
Which these are some of my. I
keep saying
it
that
every time.
Does that mean I just keep leveling up?
Actually, yes. I actually think that since you have started getting your nails done, you are getting progressively, and I think the podcast is also a contributing factor. Your nails are getting progressively better and better and better. And we love it.
Also, I was just saying this because I was like, mine are not quite ready for new, but like within the next like 2 weeks,
like week or two, yeah,
I'll probably get new nails. So I start brainstorming, and I was like, we're coming off of what I consider peak nail season because
100%.
you have October, Halloween nails, peak. November, my birthday, peak. December, like
peak.
You can go Christmas, you can go wintry.
You can go everything.
Peak, right? January, I feel like is when I kind of can like...
And February too.
Chill a little.
I would say is like very like hibernation months.
And then March and April bring on spring nails, which then is like a whole different type of vibe. Yeah. So I feel like for January, February, I'll still do like something cool, but like probably not as intricate designs. But that being said, these are pretty cool.
They're so cool.
Heavy on the cat eye, which I already posted the transition if you want to like see them up close. Someone was like, I can't see the artwork because you're moving. Whenever this happens to me and I'm looking for ideas, I just pause the video and then I take a screenshot and then I zoom in and then I send it to my nail lady.
So whoever wrote that comment, take notes.
I'm just saying, I hear you, because I also am like nosy on other people's nails. And I was
100%.
like,
We've done it.
I can't see it. You're moving too. So I've been on the other side.
In fact, you want to know how intense I've gotten about it sometimes? Sometimes, depending on the like how much I want that screenshot, right? Because sometimes it's so fast that you literally can't pause it. I'll download the whole video and I will literally crop it to where it has the set. So
we've been there.
We've been there.
But I also feel like if I'm just like in the video, like not moving, then that also feels like
that defeats the purpose of the video.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, it defeats. Yeah. So talk about them. Tell the people what
so
they
a lot
are.
of it's cat eye. So we have 2 nails that are like these candy cane designs.
It's like a kind of swirly candy cane design.
Yes,
almost.
because they're curved. Yeah. So it's silver and red cat eye that like she had to like hand paint on there. Originally, I was thinking all 5 fingers with that design,
which would be cool.
But I thought that would be like a lot. Yeah. And in hindsight, would have taken like forever to do that.
For sure.
Because you have to paint it, then do the magnet for the cat eye, and then the next section and the next section. It's like very time consuming.
Yes. So it's also a lot of layers in the UV light. Yeah.
So then the other nails are just like a red sparkle cat eye with a little snowflake.
Which the snowflake is so pretty. She did so good.
Yes. One of my coworkers was like, "Is that the Star of Bethlehem?" No, it's a snowflake.
It's just a snowflake.
It's a snowflake.
The Star of Bethlehem. I'm dead.
And then the middle finger is just what I think is like a little. I'm not going to hold my middle finger up, but I'll hold 2 fingers up.
We keep it PG-13 here.
Is like what reminded me of like kind of a Santa hat. Because it's just like
think about that.
Yeah, because it's got a white little French
it's like
tip.
The French with the white underline.
Well, yes.
So it's like the
pinstripe.
red. That's what it is. Pinstripe.
Yes. So it's a red, again, sparkly cat eye with like a white pinstripe underneath as like a good nail to kind of like break it up. And they're also just slightly longer than I normally go.
Which I love.
Which I clocked so fast when she was doing my nails. I was like, Lena, these are a little longer. And she's always pushing me to go longer because she has long nails and she loves the look of it.
Rosie's always wanting me to go longer.
And I was like, I'll let it slide for this one because I know the design will look really cool.
A little bit.
And I'm so mindful of that. And you also need enough room that you can like do the designs.
Yeah.
But I was like, Don't think I didn't notice.
I see that, Lena.
These were a little longer than I usually go.
Rosie will usually tell me, because I like mine kind of long these days. Not
yours are
super
usually
long,
a little longer than mine.
A little longer than
and
yours.
You usually go slightly rounder.
Yeah.
And I go just slightly pointier.
It's because I have contacts. And if I try to take my eyes out with the pointy nails, I will be in pain. That makes sense. Yes.
I don't do contacts.
Yeah, so. I have to keep them more rounded or I will stab myself.
Good reason. Good reason.
Yeah. Because I've done that and it was a rough month trying to get my contacts out every night. I cried.
Because you have dailies too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. It was real bad.
So that's what I have. You've got birthday nails probably coming up next.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get them done on like Thursday, maybe. We'll see.
We still have to figure out the rest of our scheduling. So whether or not that's in the next episode, to be determined.
TBD.
But you'll have those done, and then you can expect my next.
You know what will be in the next episode?
Oh, I know. I do know.
I'm finally getting my hair cut on Wednesday, which is in 2 days.
That will probably be in the next episode.
So that will definitely be in the next episode.
Because I can't record tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that will definitely be in the next episode. So I'm going to have my shorter hair, which I'm very excited about.
We will debrief on that when that happens.
One.
But I'm also rocking my very own Lyssa's Lizards merch, which she didn't know I was.
She surprised me with when she came over today. I was so excited.
It was delivered today.
It's so cute. And we're kind of matching shirts. I'm wearing a crop black tee. It's just not
the first
mine.
time that's happened.
No.
Or the last time.
I've done that quite a few times, actually.
Last time that's happened. But also what happened since, because we have to catch you guys up on things.
Yes.
So we went and saw the new Zootopia.
And it was so freaking cute.
Which I was so excited for, because I saw the trailer and I saw it was like reptile-esque.
Yes.
Right? I was like...
I would say that Reptile's had a pretty strong focus.
Yes.
Of this one.
And so I've seen the first Zootopia a few times. Love that movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, totally want to go see the second one.
Yeah.
Definitely want to see it with you.
100%.
We ended up making a double date out of it.
It was so fun.
And then I come to find out you hadn't even seen the first Zootopia.
No. So I had a very strict, you have to watch it the weekend before we went rule. I very much had some homework I had to do. And it was very good. Luckily, I have a husband who also loves the movie. So he had no problems watching it with me again.
So my boyfriend also had not seen the first Zootopia. And he's like, oh, I'll totally watch it beforehand. Well, unexpectedly, he had an out-of-state funeral to go to.
Oh, I forgot about this. Yes.
And while gave me a vote of confidence that he would be able to watch it, given circumstances.
Circumstantial, yes.
I did not know that he didn't see the first one until we were on the way to the theater to see the second one. So within the 8-minute drive we had,
you had to give him the full
cliff notes. Yeah. I was like, okay, here's what you need to know. And really good though, at the beginning of the second movie, they give a quick synopsis.
They did, which even though I had just watched the previous one, I definitely watched it while I was very sleepy in bed one night. So I did appreciate the quick little recap.
Which I thought was great because it's been a few years since the first one came out.
Hadn't it been 8 or 10 years or something?
So if you hadn't seen it recently, I do really appreciate that.
No, I think that was great.
And I will say we just last week watched the first Zootopia. He really liked it. He said he liked the second one better because
I actually did too.
I think his reasoning was that there was more clever, kind of puns and things,
jokes and
kind of mixed in.
I also think there was just a little more detail. Is that a skewed perspective? I just think there was a little more
he
intricacy.
Loved the sloth at the DMV though.
Hilarious.
He was cracking up about that. Hilarious. And I feel like the second one had more of those types of moments, which are really enjoyable. Mm-hmm. And then he also kind of knew who the bad guy was in the end of the first one because of the second one. Right. So what I really enjoyed of the first one was the rug pulled out from underneath you. You're like, this is how. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't seen any of the Zootopias, maybe just
skip forward 5 minutes because this is gonna be a little bit.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Listen to her. Don't listen to me.
I'm we haven't even started talking about that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, give it a good 15. Just maybe 20. Skip through if you want no spoilers.
But so I'm just gonna say the sheep. When he found out because she was in the second one. He's okay, I know she's involved, but he didn't know quite how she was involved. But when I remember watching the first one and being
no, I had the rug pull. I was I was not expecting that.
Yes. And when I was watching the second one, knowing he hadn't seen the first one, and she popped in, I was like, ooh. You can't, that gives it away.
Yeah.
Most people would see the first one before second, so I totally get it. But
it's fine.
Anyways, so you had just seen the first one freshly. So then we go into the second one, Double Date, which I thought was like...
It was very fun.
Fun to do that.
It was very fun. It's fun, too, because the boys are, like, getting to know each other a little bit better, which is great. We love that.
Our plan is working.
They will be friends before they know it.
Yeah, so we had some takeaways and thoughts because this is Reptile focused, and this is coming out over a month after the second one came out, so it felt like a good time to kind of, like, debrief of, like...
I think we're safe. And again, if you haven't seen it and you want to, skip forward about, like, 15 minutes.
You can come rewatch this to hear our thoughts.
Yeah.
But the gist of the second movie is this pit viper who's, like, misunderstood. Reptiles in general. Snakes are, like, forbidden in Zootopia, which my boyfriend thought was a movie about the zoo, which tells you how much he did not watch the first one. But it's like snakes are banned in Zootopia, and so they're like, it's just like
reptiles
this,
in general.
Yes,
but I think snakes were like the main
snakes.
culprit.
Yes, and reptiles are getting kind of pushed out. I was like, other territories are kind of like expanding.
They were kind of like secluded to like the swamp area, which was very fitting for the reptiles. But like they had kind of been getting like edged out of society for the last like however many decades or like whatever.
So there was just a lot of reptiles present in this movie, and as fellow reptile keepers, we're like, this is kind of fun. So
it was very fun.
Where did you jot down? Because I know we kind of brainstormed before. I forget what we said though.
I'm going to start with the one thing that annoyed the heck out of me.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
So before the pit viper main character was kind of like introduced, right? And even throughout the like towards the end of the movie, the way that they kind of like basically kind of got the inkling that like, ooh, like snakes, which are banned and illegal, are in Zootopia. Like the moment where they kind of realized like there's a snake that might be loose was because they kept finding like pieces of snake shed.
And that's how they were tracking
That's how they were tracking it. So like they were looking for the snake. They didn't know where he went and they were like tracking him. It was kind of like the breadcrumb thing, but it was with snake shed.
Yes.
As we all know who are listening to this podcast, because I'm not telling anybody who isn't painfully aware of this, snakes do not shed in pieces.
Certainly not like flakes
little
that.
Flakes like that. Like certainly
Other
not.
reptiles, absolutely.
Bearded dragons. Chameleons.
Absolutely.
Plenty of snakes do, or not snakes, sorry. Plenty of reptiles do shed in pieces.
One of the few reptiles that do not
are snakes.
Snakes. Yeah, even Nilla, your blue-tongued skink.
Sheds in pieces.
She has sheds in pieces,
100%. I would say it's like, I think it's mostly geckos that shed all in one fell swoop, but they eat it.
Yeah, they eat it, yep.
And then like pretty much like most other lizard species that don't fall into like the gecko or like snake category or whatever, like they usually shed in pieces more often than not. So it was just funny because the whole time like we were sitting next to each other and I was like, they don't shed in pieces, they don't do it. So I was like, oh, but if it's the one thing that they got wrong,
and it makes sense because they have to have a way to track it.
Yes, I get it.
But what they could have done is musk.
They could have done musk,
and that would have been.
Do pit vipers musk? I feel like they probably do. I'll have to Google that. So somebody in the comments let me know.
That's right. I don't keep pit.
Yeah.
I don't keep venomous snakes.
I mean, here's the thing. Like,
not familiar. But that could be like you. But you could track like the smell or something.
Yeah, I think that would have probably made a little bit more logistical sense. But I understand why they did the scales.
Totally. Yeah, because snake shed's cool.
Snake shed's cool.
She's like holding giant pieces of it. She's a little bunny.
Yeah, and in the movie too, wasn't it kind of like sparkly a little bit? Like I don't know. It just or like blue. Because that
maybe
was his color.
Maybe
a little iridescent. I don't know. I understand that like snake shed has like a cool vibe, so I get why they went with that. It was just illogical. So
next,
but they did show, and this was something I wrote down that I liked. They did show that he can lose a fang, and I liked that because they definitely like drop their teeth and regrow new.
And
ones.
They said venomous.
They did
consistently,
say venomous,
not poisonous,
which I was worried about. Because before we watched this movie, we did see a video of like one of the main actors.
The voice actor for the snake kept saying like, oh, I'm voicing a poisonous snake.
Like in interviews on the red carpet. And we were like, this is a bad sign.
And I think he said a poisonous viper.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm like, it's a VV, venomous viper.
Yeah.
But so then I was like, I sent it to you and I was like, uh-oh.
We're like, is this a bad sign?
But in the movie, they consistently said
poison.
Venom.
Venom. Oh my God. Sorry, I got
venomous.
We
did not just have the VV conversation?
I know. You know what I meant.
I have the day off today, and she does not.
Yeah. I'm still on like.
I'm on like well rested peak energy. At the moment.
You had like the mom of the stay at home mom perfect day.
Oh, it was great.
She had like Pilates and Costco. And all kinds of fun stuff, and I was ready to bang my head against a wall at work all day.
So this is not.
No.
Typically, we were on the same page.
No,
as far as energy levels,
we're on vastly different.
I just wanted to say this is not one of those days. So you get pass.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, so what else was there? So I liked that they could show that he lost a fang because it's like, you know, at least if they're not gonna get the shedding right, at least they got something else right? So another little detail that I caught was when they finally, so major spoiler warning, towards the end, they basically found out that there was previously like a snake reptile like village that had been like buried by the snow for like the villains' reasons. And so they found this village, and when they finally were walking through the village that had been like buried for, you know, 100 years or something, when they were walking through, you could see the houses, the rooftops were glistening and they were scaly. The rooftops were scaly.
Yep, they were all
pretty.
Scales. Yeah. And like everything, and then like their laundry that was hanging was like a long sock.
A long sock.
You know, it was very cute. Like snake.
It was so cute. I clocked the rooftop shingles being scales so fast. I was like, that was such a cute detail.
Yeah.
Oh, I just loved
I also felt like the pit viper was anatomically correct.
I agree.
And if you've seen our blue episode or blue reptiles episode, we talked about vipers, and like I think it was maybe the yellow episode we first brought up. Vipers, of how they have like a very distinct head shape, very distinct eyelashes, and like body structure and scale shape and everything else. And so I felt like they did a fantastic job.
They did a great job with that. I couldn't agree more. They did
I will say the proportions, and this is just kind of Zootopia, but like it was the same size as like the fox and the bunny. So it just like
the size difference was off. Like the proportions of the sizing was off.
But I feel like kind of all of Zootopia, like, is quite, you know.
That, but also what I clocked a little bit too was because snakes visually are kind of one long thing, he definitely like expanded and was like longer at points than he like was capable of being. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of that, but that's just like movie magic. Yeah. That's just, you know. But I definitely noticed some of that. Okay, there was a really, really funny moment in several moments all at once. So there was a reptile bar that basically like all the, you know, bad mamma jamma snakes and iguanas and stuff would like hang out in, right? It was like their watering hole.
Yeah, it was kind of like biker vibes, like biker gang vibes.
Very, very like motorcycle bar biker vibes, and it was very much like, you know, they're the rebels, like they're banned, they're illegal, like it was very like
the outcast,
the outcast bar vibe, which was so cool because I love a dive bar. So essentially it got like busted right in the moment, and so when that happened, all the reptiles got spooked and kind of like ran off, right? And so when that happened, several things all happened at once very quickly. There were worms in a bowl that got like tossed all about. There was a lizard who went poof, and his shed popped out of his body like he got scared, like it was like the ghost cloth or something. And then another reptile or another lizard dropped their tail, which was so funny.
Well, we were
the whole time we were like, this is so good, this is so good, this is like reptile heaven, this is hilarious. Like it was
because it's one of those like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
That like that's exactly what would happen if a reptile is startled, especially these were like geckos. Right? Like they would absolutely drop their tail. And I'm sure people who are watching it that don't know like probably thought that was like a little weird. But
I'm sure they were just like, oh, they're all scared. What was that? I guarantee people who aren't as into reptiles, like it didn't even register. But to us, we were like, did you see that? Did you see that? What about
and those?
That was so funny.
Those are accurate. Like those are very much what would happen in those scenarios.
It was great. It was great. Okay. This is one of my favorite parts. And this was the part where like you just have like that best friend moment where you like look at each other and you're like, oh my God, we had so many of those in this movie, but
this is why we need to see it together and why I need you to do your homework because I was like, we have to experience this.
Oh, real quick before I tell you that I end on like the big note, but when they were all running away, there was also the basilisk, who I didn't even realize was a basilisk. I kind of thought he was an iguana, but then as he was running away, he ran on water, and I was like, he's a basilisk. Duh.
And he made some like weird noise while he was like, running off.
It was so funny. It was just great because I thought that he was like an iguana or something. I didn't realize what species he was.
Yeah.
And then he ran away on the water. And again, nobody else in that theater clocked it. But we were like, basilisk!
I think we both said that out loud.
We both were like, did you see that?
Yeah, and they also like made the main characters, the fox and the bunny, eat like worms.
Yes.
Which was funny. In like a really funny moment where she got like a little tiny worm and he got this really big worm.
Yeah.
And there was just really clever moments of like the words that they had for like the neon signs in the bar were clever. And it was just like a really great opportunity for them to put in these like little...
They put in all these little gems.
Parts.
Just like little hidden treasure things for like reptile keepers to notice, which I love.
What were your thoughts on... Because I know what this last one is.
Yeah.
On anti-venom being like such a prominent thing in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. I think it's important personally for people who are, keeping hot species. I think it's important to like, personally, I would never keep a venomous species unless I like had access to anti-venom fairly easily. That's something that I would go through if I were looking to have venomous species. So I thought it was good. I definitely think there was just inaccuracies of like how quickly it works and like things like that. But
they did it very much like an EpiPen.
Yes.
Like here's this venomous snake and his thing is like, I'm going to carry this anti-venom as if, but he's the thing that you're reacting to, whatever. Right. But I thought maybe that would be like a really great way for kids who do have allergies to feel seen of like...
I didn't even think about that
because it was very EpiPen.
It was very EpiPen vibes.
Right? Of like, you got like protect yourself and protect those around you. And obviously if you have like a peanut allergy, you don't have to worry about...
think about how that would correlate.
Especially like the shape of how it was very like EpiPen-esque.
See, those are details you noticed that I didn't even clock. I love that.
But yeah, and I just like the concept of anti-venom was interesting.
Yeah.
Additionally, they leaned very heavily on his ability to like see heat, and just like heat was like a really big thing, both in like helping keep other animals warm, but then also he needed like the heat vision
to be able to see a part of the map that they were working with.
Yeah. So like that was interesting, and like
I totally forgot about that detail too.
Yeah, and not really like a reptile thing really, but like a key part of the storyline.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, you could say the
Okay, it's so good. Okay, so there's this really, really funny character in the show. It's a beaver.
Yep.
And the beaver, is the beaver a girl or boy? I don't even know.
I got girl vibes.
Okay, well.
We can just say they if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
The beaver.
The beaver. So anyway, they are this like very quirky character, right?
Yes.
They're super weird. It's very clear that like they're a little like not socialized. And that beaver lives or is familiar with the swamp area that a lot of like the reptiles and other animals like hang out in. And so because of that, they were kind of guiding like the main characters to help like find
it's very much
stuff.
like the hero's journey.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then you have to have the mentor come in and like guide the heroes on their journey. Yes. Like it's very, if you are familiar with like that story arc, writing, like that's what that was.
That was exactly what that, thank you for that. That was perfect analysis.
My English high school teachers giving me kudos right now.
For sure. So while that hero's journey was happening and this character kind of came in for their role, so what was described as kind of like what they do, they have a podcast. The beaver has a podcast. And the beaver's podcast name
is
Scales and Tails.
Which, for anyone who needs a reminder, was our top runner for what we were going to name our podcast.
Yeah, it was actually the name that got us excited about actually like creating the podcast.
I think we had a Gmail account.
We did.
We I think tried to get the Instagram handle. Like we were set.
We were committed to Scales and Tails, which in hindsight, not our most creative idea.
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
The Zootopia.
If it's taken by Zootopia.
No, so that like, because that was not in the previews,
No,
right?
not at
There were
all.
some stuff like the basilisk
Yes.
I had seen
I
prior
hadn't.
to,
Okay.
so I knew that was coming
Yeah.
when that happened. When we saw Scales and Tails, the immediate like arm like
we were
leg grab.
We were like grabbing each other, like,
Granted,
oh my God.
we went to a theater that they like serve you food at,
Yes.
so we were like mid dinner
Like
and we
chowing down.
and we look at each other and we're like,
Oh my gosh.
like this is insane. Because like if you know, you know.
You know, you know. It was so ridiculous. And even Logan was like,
My boyfriend had no idea.
he had no clue.
This is before his time.
Yeah, he had no idea. He was like, what? Was that funny? We were like,
He got caught up after the fact,
yes,
but in the moment,
he got the debrief.
that did not was not a thing. But that was insane. And I was like, either we're like really good because we thought of that, or
Or we're really not creative.
because that was low hanging fruit. But
Thank God
was
that
good.
it did not end up being the podcast name, though.
Okay, so those were like specific moments. Overall thoughts, takeaways.
I loved it. I genuinely loved it.
The moral of the story, though, was so pure
So
and
pure.
so good, and so good for reptiles, and so good for misunderstood oddballs, and like how everyone.
People, animals, anybody who falls on the spectrum of like,
Yes.
like
Any
outside of it.
misunderstood,
Yes.
like minority, outcast, oddball, like this movie is for them.
you.
And
Yeah.
for people to have like groupthink, right? Which is like kind of like social psychology type of, but
Right.
like the idea that everyone is thinking one type of way. And then for them to be able to like flip that, right? And be like, hey, actually, like this was generations of like misconceptions, and actually like snakes aren't that bad and reptiles aren't that bad, and like these people who you thought were good guys aren't good guys, and just like, and then there was another like pull the rug underneath you moment, which we'll save that one.
Won't spoil that one, yeah.
So it just like was like some like a really beautiful message, and
Totally.
like as individuals who like, this is the whole point of this podcast, is like who like so deeply feel like the oddball, misunderstood, outcast, weirdos, for like welcoming these animals into our home and like spending so much time, energy, and money into like caring for them, that people are like, why would you? Like this movie embodies that
Yes.
to its core in such a beautiful way.
And it's such a beautiful message because, like you said, like we really resonated with it from obviously like the reptile keeper, like outcast, the oddballs perspective. But I also think that message can be so beautiful
For
in
anyone.
so many other ways in this world, in life. Like so many people can relate to it.
And it was a movie around friendship.
Right.
Too. Like there was a lot of
Big
movies are
friendship
like
themes.
around romance or like, and there was family in there for sure.
Yeah.
But like this really was a movie about friendship.
Totally.
Like the fox and the bunny, like their friendship,
Yeah.
but then also like the snake coming into them.
Yeah.
Like it just was like a really beautiful
Yeah.
message. So I thought that was like really good.
No, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. And that was something what did I write? I said, reptiles are always the underdog or placed in a separate group, always separated, like always just viewed as different, viewed as unusual. And I just
Which is what makes them, I feel like, so
totally
like amazing and awesome.
100%. But I
is the
loved-
reality.
I loved that whoever wrote the movie, whoever came, like all the writers, all the people who like worked on the movie, I love that is how they saw reptiles. Like,
Yeah.
They immediately were like, we can, create a voice for that underdog, for that outcast, for that. And I loved that fact that somebody sees and recognizes that. It feels validating. It feels good. Okay, Neptune, what are your top 2 feeder bugs for all your critters?
Dubious for protein and black soldier fly larvae for lots of calcium.
Simpton offers a wide variety of insects like silkworms, dubia roaches, waxworms, and our favorites, black soldier fly larvae.
I've also heard the entomologists at Simpton have customized the diet of their black soldier fly larvae to maximize their calcium content, so there's no need to dust them with calcium.
So if you're interested in trying them out, use code THEWILDTYPE at SimptonBSF.com for 15% off your order.
We're so excited to introduce the Reptile Girlies to our favorite reptile-friendly coffee and tea brand, Cold Blooded Caffeine. Our favorite thing about them is that they donate 5% of all their proceeds to wildlife conservation to ensure reptiles and amphibians have a place to call home in the wild, as well as in our homes.
And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with herbal teas. So for any of our fellow tea lovers, they source some of the highest quality loose leaf teas in the world.
Cold-Blooded Caffeine offers a wide variety of coffee like their Rainforest Blend, single origin options, and collaborations with some of the biggest names in the reptile world.
For 25% off your first order, use code WILDTYPE at coldbloodedcaffeine.com. Are you looking for a new enclosure for one of your reptile babies? Be sure to check out Cages with a K. Each enclosure is made to order by their team in Minnesota, which means they can even do custom builds.
The enclosures are made from high-quality PVC with tempered glass doors allowing for superior heat and humidity retention. They offer screen tops, side vents, and belly heat customization options to ensure the ideal setup for any environment.
So whatever dream home you want built, Cages has you covered. Use code WILDTYPE50 to get $50 off any order over $300 at reptilecages.com.
You know a question I get asked all the time?
What?
Where can I get some wood for my reptiles enclosure?
Oh, we hear this all the time.
Well, you're in luck because Pangea has just released some new Malaysian driftwood.
It's a highly variable driftwood with a high tolerance to moisture, so it's great for reptiles, amphibians, even aquatic enclosures. Pangea will be offering it in small and medium sizes with large coming soon.
This can be a really great option if you don't live in an area where natural branches are available, or perhaps you're just looking for some high quality wood for your enclosure. Head on over to PangeaReptile.com and get yourself some branches. Which we have previously done a video episode, whatever, on like pop culture and movies that have like negatively impacted reptiles, of how snakes are often villainized, which in this movie they were, and then they were flipped. You know, so I feel like this is just like a win for the reptile hobby, except for, I don't know if you've seen this, the people who want pit vipers. The demand for blue pit vipers has gone up, and people are wanting them.
Oh my God, I didn't even think
as
about
pets.
that.
So I follow obviously a lot of reptile accounts.
Of course.
So they're like making videos in response to being like, hey, do not get
a pit viper
as a pet.
Oh
because
my God.
here's what truly is a very venomous reptile that like neither one of us in our wildest dreams would consider owning a pit viper, because they are actually,
unless I went through like venom classes, unless I went through like some kind of course on like how to properly and safely handle.
You have a mentor who has a lot of venomous
100%
experience. You would know the process of like administering. You would have anti-venom venom on hand. Like there are so many steps, and people can successfully keep them. Like it's not like
100%.
you were unable to. These are people who just saw the movie and then wanted one.
These are also people who have probably never kept a reptile, much less a venomous reptile. I mean, that's a very different situation from like a reptile keeper. Of like, quite honestly, if I wanted to get a venomous reptile, I would have full confidence that I would do a great job and I would be able to like get all the training, do all the stuff. I don't think
a pit viper would be
very high.
No. There would be other species.
Yes, there would be so, I mean, Gila monster, obviously, top of the list. But you know what I mean? Like those are not the kind of people that should be getting that animal.
So this is part of the responsibility of producing movies that, especially when, like Zootopia 2 was one of like the top performing movies, I think, of 2025. Like you do have a responsibility. Like you are going to pull attraction to and attention to these animals. 101 Dalmatians, for example, right? Everyone 101 Dalmatians, the breed took a huge nosedive. You have Finding Nemo, right? The aquarium hobby took a huge hit.
Dory
because of those, right? Then you have Tangled, veiled chameleons, right? Now everyone, a veiled chameleon was not prepared. So like, as much as this movie has done so much good, I think, for the perspective, and like, this would have happened for any species. Like you could have had it be a ball python, you know, and then everyone's gonna want a ball python.
Also, if we're being so honest, like it happens with dogs too. I mean, like Air Bud. Look at what's like the number one dog breed in the country.
This is not unique.
No. It's
However,
any animal
Air Bud
movie.
is not a venomous.
I know. That's fair. That's fair. It's two very different circumstances.
Like most people handle a golden retriever.
But I'm just saying, my only point in that is that no matter what the animal is, the demand for it immediately goes up after a movie.
So just being cognizant, knowing that that's just how that goes.
Yes.
Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Especially when you make them like cute, adorable, the hero, whatever.
Yes.
Just being thoughtful that like if we're going to pick a venomous animal that is in fact like a real animal that you could get in theory, like
it wouldn't be bad practice to like at the end of the movie just have a little disclaimer. please be prepared. Something. I don't know.
I just like, that didn't even cross my mind. Because
either.
That's just such a ludicrous idea to think that you're going to get a pit viper.
For us, that's like common sense
correct.
to not do that.
So it did not even be like, oh, of course people are going to want a pit viper. Because who would want a pit viper?
I would actually argue that I wouldn't be surprised if ball python like interest goes up.
Because just reptiles in general.
As soon as
snakes specifically, but
beginner snakes in general, because parents are going to be like, okay, well, obviously we can't do a venomous pit viper. So what snake are we going to get
Glad
next?
you came to that conclusion.
And then they're going to go to ball python or corn snake.
We'll see.
Dang. Interesting. I was not expecting that.
Because you know that would
because it's common sense. That would be insane for people who have never had a reptile in their life to be like, I'm going to go get a venomous one.
Yep.
But people are also crazy.
Because you can get your EpiPen of anti-venom and you'll be fine.
That's not how that works. Anyway, there's our tangent.
So overall, very much enjoyed the movie. Thought it was very cute.
Fabulous.
Glad we got to see it. Mm-hmm. There was so many great moments.
So many. If you're a reptile keeper, you really, really, really should.
You will enjoy it.
You will love it.
You will enjoy it.
Yeah.
But please do not get yourself
a pit viper.
That's fine.
And we rest our case. Please don't.
That's all. Okay. Do you want to kick off our next transition? Because this is kind of like your thing.
I'm so excited. Okay. So a year ago, so my birthday is January 3rd, early January. So because of that, I have always kind of thrown my own little birthday party because I was always the sad kid who was at home on Christmas break and didn't get it celebrated at school. So as I grew up, I was like, let's have a party. Last year, my party idea that I kind of came up with was to get everybody together, all my girlfriends, for a vision board making party, which was so fun. It was kind of... I've always kind of looked at my life in year chunks, specifically a year, because my birthday starts at the beginning of the year. So it's always kind of felt that way. But I also kind of typically hibernate in January and February and then really get my year going in March. So it was very, very fun to kind of have all my friends together in that time before like I kind of go into hibernation.
Yeah.
And so we kind of all put it together and everybody did a little vision board. And I haven't really looked at it in like 6 months. So today we are going to be looking at the vision boards from last year and seeing kind of like reviewing them and kind of seeing like what came true, what didn't, what kind of was our vibe for 2025, and did it mesh with what we thought it would, which is so fun.
Do you want to go like one at a time? You can kind of just like hold it, or you have to look at it and then you can maybe like hold it. But
I will show it to the crew first.
Yeah. Because we both made them, and it was such a great party idea.
It was so much fun.
Because you provided like a lot of the supplies and the little boards, and people could do a canvas or like a cork board. Mm-hmm. We both did the cork board.
Yeah, I had a canvas option, a cork board option, and then I had a bunch of like the vision board books that had like all the
magazines
pages.
And then like
some like
what is the Mod Podge? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Mod Podge.
Mod Podge, right? Like paint, whatever.
Like glue sticks, basically like all the crafting supplies were like spread out, basically. So this one is mine. It's got a pink wooden border that I thought was so cute. And so I'm literally looking at it for like the very first time. This is crazy.
Maybe start top down.
Top down.
See what
it stands out. A lot of themes of plants, leaves, like outdoors. So at the very top, I've got a corner that has a bunch of house plants in it, which was very fitting because I did focus a lot on my plants and garden this year.
And you got some really beautiful house plants. Yep. Mm-hmm. I think you had, grow your own herbs.
And get your gardening, I had grow your own herbs, get your garden going on top of a picture of rosemary.
Yes.
And rosemary is actually one of the plants that I put in my herb garden this year that has like thrived and done the absolute best.
But you did a whole garden this year.
I did a whole garden this year.
And I feel like a lot of learnings.
For
next year. So you can kind of know what you want to grow, where, and all that. Yeah.
And now I kind of know like which ones I'm better at. And all of that. And actually, rosemary's the one plant that I think is actually my plant from last year is going to survive until next year, which is very exciting. So I had that. I also had a picture of London because my sister was living in London last year and I thought that I was going to get to go visit her. I did not get to do that because she came home early. So, sis, That's your fault. That one didn't come true.
I do think that's still on the table, though.
It is. It very, very much is.
For next year. Like,
yes.
it I think will happen.
Yes. She's very much going back and forth to London quite a bit these days. So I will be back. Or, well, there for the first time. So then I also had a picture of like a bath because I wanted to focus on self-care and myself this year. And I think I did a very, very good job of that. I also have a picture of like a doctor with like a stethoscope and your health and wellness. And 2025 was very, very much me healing my body and that whole journey.
Yeah,
and
especially first half.
Yes.
I feel like
first
that
6
was a
months,
big
super
focus.
Focused. Yeah, very, very big. I also have some lavender and some flowers on here, which were also very big themes in my garden. I also did a photo of the Statue of Liberty, which is funny because I don't remember if we had plans to go to New York when I put this on there. I think I did because we have a couple of good friends in New York, but I ended up going to New York and getting my tattoo.
Yep.
And what's funny is that my tattoo is rosemary and lavender, which is all over this.
Yep.
So that was very, very, very real. I also put on here thriving with adult ADHD. And I definitely think I'm doing a lot better in that department these days, which is great. I also have a picture of a girl doing yoga, and I set it in a little quote that says, practice yoga and find peace within. And that has also been a huge, huge, huge theme for me this year.
Yep. A lot of yoga.
I love. I've done a lot of yoga, and it has definitely helped me find some peace. So big fan of that. I have another picture of more plants, and then there's another couple of quotes. So I had multi-talented creative, which I think I'm getting better at. I had magical and grounded, which I think was very much a part of my year too. I have thrive, happy, and then the clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness, and being like outside and enjoying time with trees was very important for me this year too. And then the last thing that did not happen was I had a YouTube like logo on here that said grow. And then I had a little microphone for the podcast that says plus 100K community and more. And those did not happen. But that's
Carry
okay.
over.
That's okay. And then last but not least, I have a little crow sticker because I've been trying to befriend my neighborhood crows.
As one does.
And I think there are 2 that are starting to recognize me now.
Good.
Which is very exciting. They kind of follow me when I'm on my walks with Cam. And it's 2. There's like 6 in our neighborhood that always fly around.
Yeah.
But there's 2 specifically that I keep, and I don't know for sure that it's them, but there's always 2 that kind of follow me. So I think that also came true.
Love it.
Yes.
No, I feel like this... It's so hard when you make these because you have every intention of whatever, but like it's so interesting the things that came true organically and the things that came true out of like conscious, dedicated, like
determination
effort of like, I am going to make this happen.
Totally.
And then all the other things that aren't even on here that like happen.
So much.
Right? That just like,
absolutely.
Yeah. It makes me want to do one.
Again.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to. I'm actually planning on getting back into journaling a little bit in 2026. So it's exciting.
Okay, we'll switch.
Switch. Your turn. Oh no.
Sorry.
I knew that was going to happen.
It's a limited space. So mine's horizontal.
Yes.
Oh, here, I'll show you so you can kind of jog your memory.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love all the blue. Very blue. Mine was very pink. Yours was very blue.
Yes. Oh, mine's also horizontal. So different style, but like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these things came true.
Yeah.
And then some of these were not. We'll just start, I guess, kind of working our way around. But I have a quote at the top that says, having a pet is like having a best friend who never judges.
I love that.
And another quote that says, they may be small, but the love they give is immense. And just this little one that I wrote that just says baby chameleons. And a little sticker, this is from our good friend, Amanda, who does these from Murray's Rainforest. So you also said you could bring your own stuff for the vision board. So I brought that as no,
it was perfect.
Because I knew I had eggs.
Yes.
And so I was like, 2025, I'm going to have
baby chameleons.
Baby chameleons. I also put 100K on here, and that was like, I feel like still on the road to 100K, both on like YouTube and TikTok as well.
Totally.
I'm in the 70s,
Woo,
but
woo. We're so proud.
But one day, and this wasn't necessarily like this year.
No.
I think I also underestimated like how much time the baby chameleons
Yeah.
we're going to take. Also, other things on this board came true.
Yep.
That took up my time.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
So working our way just like down the board, I have a microphone. I think this person's like singing, but I use it for the podcast.
That's okay.
And I put 2 things on here. I said consistent and be patient.
And I think we've done both of those things.
Because those are really, really, really difficult to do. Really difficult to do, especially for a podcast. I saw a quote on like TikTok, and it was a video saying that like the trendy thing right now is for everyone to make a podcast.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you and your friend think you're funny, so you're gonna make a podcast.
Right.
But like really, it was trying to encapsulate like how much work a podcast is, and also how like the ROI on a podcast is not certainly not an overnight thing, but also like is not, I think, as much as like people think.
Yeah.
And so you have to ask yourself, like, truly, why are you doing this podcast?
Yeah.
And while I didn't anticipate going on so many trips and meeting so many people from the podcast, like, that has just reignited our why.
Totally.
It makes me so excited for next year. And just being patient, right?
Yeah.
Of like, we are building something so special.
We absolutely are. But I think part of the being patient too is because you and I have both been content creators for years. So we kind of, I think, have naturally almost forgotten, and we talked about this like last year, but we almost kind of naturally forgot a little bit like how much you have to like wait to get the audience
very early on.
Yes, because we've both, like, not to like toot our own horns, but we both like had like a decent chunk of an audience on our platforms for a while.
A few 100,000 between the two of us.
Totally. So when we started the podcast and we're starting from ground zero, even though like we have people who like our content, like the podcast had nothing. So it was very just humbling, like you said, to essentially be like, oh, okay, just because people like our content over here doesn't mean they're going to come over here quickly.
But the advice we've always said to you guys and to ourselves is to be consistent. And then I think with podcasts specifically, you have to be patient because you're not going to just like pop off of like one clip or one video the same way you could with other type of content. Right. So that was just like a good reminder for me. And I've tried to keep that top of mind through this year.
100%.
The top says botanical bliss and sophisticated. The sophisticated kind of ties with this next one that was a birthday cake with a little 30 that says happy and healthy. And so like I knew I was turning 30, and I feel like that's just kind of like a new decade. But also, this is going to sound so cheesy, but I'm a woman now, right?
I'm 30.
But I'm
30,
like,
flirty, and thriving.
That's right. But I'm like, I'm still wearing like baggy old shirts from college. I was like, maybe I should like.
I still sleep in all my old sorority shirts.
You said sleep.
No, I still wear them around the house all the time.
Around the house?
Yes.
Not like out in public though.
Yeah, God, no.
See?
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Like, yeah, I sleep in them. I'm like, You're like, and I wear them around the house. I'm like,
I did demote them from normal shirts to sleep shirts almost immediately upon graduation but that's because wearing sorority letters after college is like kind of embarrassing.
So I don't have sorority letters, but I feel like I needed to kind of like, I wanted to level up, and I knew where I was like mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and I felt like I wasn't presenting that on the outside how I felt on the inside. I still was presenting like a 22-year-old who just graduated. Totally. And so I wanted the outside to match how I was feeling on the inside. So like that's kind of where I was like,
I love that,
coming from. And then obviously turning 30, that's like, you know, a whole thing. I have this like ride your heart out. Like I really love cycling, and like that's a big part of like yours is yoga. That's my thing. So like something I want to continue doing into the new year. A little piggy bank, investing now. I said this in like things you learn in your 20s of like, if you can do anything sooner than later with investing. So I've been really trying to like prioritize that.
Yeah, it's huge.
With a quote that says the most important investment you can make is in yourself, which I feel like is so true.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then a quote that says happiness is not something ready-made, it comes from your own actions. That's the Dalai Lama. And then this is where it gets like really cheesy. I put 2 little goldfish.
They're so cute.
You're laughing because it's me who did this.
Yeah.
And I said your time will come, because remember, January 2025, single. I was a single Pringle.
Single lady.
And on the grind. Okay.
On the dating grind, man.
Grind.
You went through it.
For years. years. And it's so hard. And this is like very much where I was to like see everyone else finding their people and not necessarily just relationships, their jobs, but like things are just falling into place for them. And you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. And it's just not happening. Yeah. And so this, your time will come, was just like a constant reminder that I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. It's not like I'm not putting myself out there. But I was just like so excited to like meet my goldfish, right?
And you have.
Yeah, and it's just going so well.
It's so cute. It's going so well. We love him.
But I feel like it's such a testament to like all this other stuff.
Totally.
Of like investing in yourself and like making sure your outside matches your inside, but then like making sure that you're being consistent and like all these things are so true.
100%.
And happiness is not something ready made. Like you have to
create it.
Do that. And this has been like years that I've been trying to do it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Like, where's he at?
So this just like brings me so much joy because I know exactly where I was mentally.
I know where you were,
when I wrote this.
Totally.
So it's fun. Okay. Lastly, I have a picture of like a beach with like palm trees and stuff like that. And that was very much because I wanted to go on like a tropical trip, which I ended up doing not once, but twice. Yeah. One with one of my best friends for our 30th, but then like the cruise we did, but then also my boyfriend and I went on a short little Bahamas trip as well. So very much wanted to do something warm. I was originally thinking Hawaii, but Hawaii is very expensive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh my God.
Did not do that, but did go to a beach. And so
it was perfect.
So yeah, do you have any takeaways or thoughts?
I think just I knew the number one thing was just like the boyfriend department really like came through this year in a really, really good way. And so I was waiting for that one. I was like, where's the little fishy?
They really just do. And this again tells you where I was at. Like no one else would look at these fish and think to like put that on your vision board as like, this is like me and my.
But that's where you were at. That's what you were like dreaming of and like aspiring.
And then they're little white goldfish with little orange heads. And I was like, oh, that's me with my orange hair.
With your red hair.
It's
so cute.
Highly recommend. I know vision boards can be a little daunting and time consuming. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know what to put on here. But like a whole year has gone by and I was like, wow, this just like makes so much sense. So
I also, just because we are talking about this in January, I would just be crazy if I didn't mention this, but like I'm someone personally, I kind of mentioned this earlier, like in January and February, I go a little bit into like personal hibernation because the holidays are really crazy for me. Both my husband and I's birthdays are right around the holiday. So it's just a lot all at once. So I very much go into hibernation January through February. For me personally, my like true, like what I feel like is the real new year, like really kind of starts more so in like the end of March for me. Like that's when like I see like my energy and my light like coming back out of like a little bit of hibernation. So if you want to do a vision board and you feel really overwhelmed by it, or maybe this is like the first you're hearing or thinking of it, if you feel like, oh my God, it's already January, I'm already late, I, can't make a vision board, because don't even worry about that. Like literally, like don't stress about it. Don't get it. If anything, take like the January, February timeframe to like really like think about what you would want to visualize for your year. Yeah. And it's totally okay if you don't do your vision board until March. Like that's fine. Like don't stress about it, because like truly like the energy of the new year and like the excitement of everything really doesn't truly start happening until spring. So just like take it slow. Don't feel overwhelmed by it. Don't feel like you've already missed the boat with it already being January. Like take your time with it.
It also doesn't have to be a cutesy thing either. Like obviously it's nice. I mean, it's nice. Cute and adorable. It is. But it can just simply be like thoughts or words or pictures or things that just like you can just put on there to just like kind of have a place to put your thoughts. Yeah. And like over time, if you want, you can make it all cutesy. But I think that's also kind of a barrier to entry is like, okay, but like I want to look good, and how do I get to visualize what I want? Sometimes you just need to like write stuff down.
Put some stuff on paper. Like really, there's something really great about tangibly just writing down the things that you want, and just kind of like having like just some mindfulness to sit down and think about what it is that you're looking for. I think that's great. So it's something I really love to do. And like you were saying, it doesn't have to be this super cutesy thing. I've been very big on journaling TikTok recently, and I was a big journaler growing up. One thing I've seen is people doing their vision board as their journal cover.
Oh,
so they're decorating.
So then you're getting that reminder.
Yes, every day they're using it. So every single day they're looking at that vision board. But all it is some pictures taped to their journal cover.
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that? So you can get creative with it. It doesn't have to be on a bulletin board. It doesn't have to be on a canvas. It can be, just taped to your mirror every day that you look at. Like, it doesn't have to be this whole big thing. So don't overthink it and don't get overwhelmed by it. But if it's something you like to visualize throughout your year, like,
I put mine by my car keys.
That's cute. I love that.
So every time I would put my keys away, the board was there.
Yeah.
Now, there was definitely periods of time where I like didn't see it. Like it was there, but I wasn't like looking at it. But then there'd be like a week that I'd be like, oh yeah, like,
Yeah.
Or I'd like hit a milestone. I'm like, oh, I like did that thing.
And it is something that you, like, to your point, it is something that technically, like, most people who do vision boards, like, you are kind of supposed to put it somewhere that you see every day. Like, I definitely haven't been staring at it every day, but I have it next to the part of my bedroom where I do like my tarot. Like, I pull like a tarot card every night or so and kind of like read through and self-reflect and whatever. And so it's been sitting in that spot. So every time I pull my tarot card, I'm like glancing at it. But I should be more intentional about looking at it every day. But I love it. It's a fun practice. It's if you're trying to get your creative juices flowing for the new year, it's a good practice.
Yeah, but healthy exercise for us to kind of like revisit them. And you guys have seen us all year long.
Yes, you have.
And you'll see us for all of 2026 and what all that's going to entail. So very excited for what's to come. Yeah. We did have another segment planned, but I think we're out of time.
I think we're definitely running out of time.
So we will table that one
for the next episode.
Even though it was supposed to be New Year's resolution.
Oh, it was.
Can we do that in like
I think
second week of January?
What was it exactly again? I'm blanking.
It was reacting to other people's TikToks.
Let's do that quick. That's easy.
Okay.
Come on, they like the longer episodes. They've let us know in the comments. We hear you.
You want to know what the real deal is? There's food waiting for us.
There is food waiting for us, and we're hungry.
Okay. This is a TikTok. Text says, tell me your very niche New Year's resolutions. And I don't mean like lose 50 pounds or read 20 books. I mean crazy resolutions.
I love it. Let's go.
So these were fun. Not super niche, but I'm going to try and make all my decisions this year without asking someone else what they think.
Oh, that's making me realize how often I do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It'd also be the equivalent for you of like processing your feelings without talking to someone about them.
Which I literally am incapable of doing.
Yeah.
I'm a verbal processor at my core. Oh my God.
I will say.
That hit so home. I didn't even notice.
Same. The only time I feel like I've done that though was my car. But even though I also talked like a bunch about it beforehand. But the actual decision I made on my own, but I don't really count that because I did talk to a bunch of people a bunch of times.
That was actually a really big thing for me too when Logan and I sat down to buy our new car as well, because the whole time, as a girl whose best friend since I was born is my dad, it was really hard for me not to call my dad when signing for a car, and I didn't do it, and I was so proud of myself because I'm a married lady and I don't need to ask my dad's opinions.
So noodle on that one. Next, mail birthday anniversary cards to friends and family. I feel like it's a dying tradition and I want to bring it back.
That's very sweet. I would agree. That's a good one.
Okay, anytime someone pops in my head, immediately reach out to let them know I'm thinking about them.
That is on good friendships. That is on being a good friend. That is on checking in on your people. I love everything about that.
Yeah, because
that's
like
huge.
We all want to know if someone's thinking about us. And you're thinking about them.
Yes.
And you're like, they know I love them or they know I care about them.
But sometimes they gotta hear it, man.
Yes.
Sometimes they gotta hear it.
And it can be a simple text. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Okay, it says, I'm going to do the inconvenient thing. Go cheer that friend on for her 5K, help that friend move, go out and meet new people in new spaces, things I wouldn't normally want to do because I'd rather be home alone.
Oh my God. I relate to that so much these days. I mean, I think I'm a good friend and I do a good job at those things, but like, I also just want to be home with Logan all the time. So I get that.
Especially when there's like gross weather out there to go for that 5K.
100%.
Okay. It says get dopamine from cleaning instead of spending.
Yep. Oh God.
That's going to take some work.
That's a little jab to the personal heart.
Okay. This one I very much enjoyed. Trying Chili's margarita of the month every month.
Good for you is what I have to say to that.
Okay, this
I
one's...
actually didn't even know that Chili's did a margarita.
I didn't either.
I didn't know. That's news to me. But you go. I'm proud of you.
I'm calling it enrichment. Go to movies, see a show, go to a comic club, hit a museum once a month at least.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's
You have
just
to do something for you.
You gotta do something.
This one says, make anxiety scared of me.
Same.
Use the library more instead of buying all of my books.
Oh, I love that. Libraries need a lot more love these days.
Each month, go through that month of photos on my phone to delete copies, blurry old photos.
I need that so bad. The amount of screenshots that I take and
I
never
know.
look at ever again.
And I pay for cloud storage. And it's just like, it's not going to get smaller. It's just going to go up. And I'm going to be like 80 years old spending like $500 a month on cloud storage because I refuse to like clean my library.
Or you can be as insane as I am
Just get
and get
big phone.
Get a 1 terabyte iPhone like a crazy person. The lady, when I told her that I wanted that, she goes, "What?" I was like, "Do you not sell these often?" And she goes, "Not really." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Thank you. I
will take my giant phone of storage. Thank you."
This says floss every single day.
Oh yeah, that's it. That you got to get in that habit. That's important.
If our last 5 texts are me starting the convo, you won't hear from me first in 2026.
I love that for you. Yep, for that person.
Yeah.
That's super real.
Yep.
Dang, that's on getting strict with your friendships.
But I feel like 5 texts is
Five's
very
crazy.
generous.
5 is very generous. If it was like 3, I would be like, cut some people some slack. But 5, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. That's something Logan and I talk about a lot with friendships. Because I'm the type of person that tends to like not even really notice that kind of stuff because I just don't care and I just hit up my people all the time and just don't even think about it.
Yep.
Logan's sometimes the one being like, they haven't made a lot of effort, or like, they really aren't popping in, I'm like, oh, are they not? So that's a good one.
This says track my Diet Coke consumption, not lower it, just track the trends.
Yeah, that's important.
Stretching my hip flexors more.
Ooh, yes.
Don't underestimate
your hip flexors. You need those babies loosened up.
Trying as many cheesecake flavors from the Cheesecake Factory as possible.
I love that. That's a you kind of resolution.
Yeah, for sure. Fold my laundry as soon as it's done drying. I don't do that. It sits in the dryer for a very long time.
Absolutely do not do that. Yeah, not even close. And frankly, I don't really plan on changing that. So.
Yeah, I feel like that's like
all the good ones.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Only because it's tea related.
Love it.
I'm starting Tuesday teas, where I invite a new friend over each Tuesday for tea, and I'm also trying to have 3 hours a week designated to crafting.
Oh my God, I love that.
I feel like every Tuesday is ambitious, but you go...
Yeah, that's a lot.
This person on TikTok. But that could be fun as like a monthly...
Totally.
A monthly goal, monthly thing.
So something I have thought about, and I haven't told you this yet, but something I've thought about doing in the next
good, but...
Yeah, no, that feels good. And I'll quickly say this and then we'll wrap it up so that we can go get our food. I know we're so hungry. But I recently have kind of had the thought of doing like a monthly dinner party with some of my friends.
Oh.
And so it's not something I'm going to start right away because I'm really busy through all
We
of
just
January.
said January, February.
Yeah, that's January, February is gone. But so maybe like in the spring, I kind of want to start like a dinner party with like all my girlfriends and just do like a monthly thing and have like, so the idea that I heard somewhere was basically like each person, like there's one person per month that's in charge of where to go. And they don't necessarily like tell everybody until the day of. And they say, we're going here for dinner. And then that one person is like in charge of picking it. So you're kind of like surprised every month of where you're going.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was really cute. And I thought it would be a fun thing to do with some of my girlfriends. So I might do that in 2026. We'll see.
Well, I'm down. I'm thinking I don't have enough friends to do that on my side of it, but I will definitely attend. I will say a lot of my friends are out of state. So.
Yes. I unfortunately have the benefit of all of my people being in the same state because I've always lived here. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll happily attend.
Of course. Always invited.
In addition to seeing you every single week, I will also see you.
Yep. We've also already seen each other 2 or 3 times this week, so we're just going to probably keep that going.
Yep. Nothing new here. All right, you want to take us home?
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you guys, and even though y'all have not been gone for a month like we have, we really missed you guys, and this has been really fun. So thank you guys for listening, and you can find me everywhere at Lyssa's Lizards. You can follow the podcast everywhere at The Wild Type Podcast.
Check me out, Neptune and Chameleon.
And we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.